Have you ever wondered why that morning stiffness seems to last longer than it used to? Why those aches and pains that everyone says come with age seem to be getting worse, even though your doctor tells you your blood work looks fine? Well, I'm about to share something with you that might change everything. What if I told you that the food sitting on your plate right now could be either fueling the fire of inflammation in your body or helping to put it out completely? You see, I've been working with seniors for over 15 years, and I've watched too many beautiful people accept pain as their new normal. But here's what the medical community doesn't always tell you. Chronic inflammation is behind most of the health challenges you're facing. The joint pain, the fatigue, even that brain fog that makes you feel like you're not quite yourself anymore. But here's the incredible news, and please stay with me because this could be the most important 10 minutes of your week. The right nutrition plan can help you feel years younger. I'm not talking about complicated diets or expensive supplements. I'm talking about simple, delicious foods that you can find at any grocery store. By the end of this video, you'll discover 5 powerful food categories that can help reduce inflammation naturally. Plus, I'm going to reveal the one common healthy food that might actually be making your inflammation worse. And you'll be shocked when you find out what it is. So comment, less pain. Right now, if you're ready to learn how simple nutrition changes can help you feel more comfortable and energetic. And make sure you subscribe to Wise Elderly Tips, because I'm here to give you practical health advice designed specifically for people who refuse to let age define their limits. The omega-3 powerhouse fatty fish. Let me tell you about Margaret. She's 72, and for years she avoided fish because she thought it was too complicated to prepare. Her joints ached every morning, and she'd started to accept that this was just her life now. But Margaret decided to try something different. She started eating salmon twice a week. Nothing fancy, just simple baked salmon with a little lemon. After 6 months, something amazing happened. That morning stiffness that used to last for hours, it was gone in minutes. She actually canceled her appointment with the rheumatologist because she felt so much better. Now, here's what was happening in Margaret's body, and why this could work for you too. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines contain something called omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. These aren't just fancy nutrition terms. These compounds actually help reduce the production of inflammatory proteins in your body called cytokines. Think of cytokines as little troublemakers that go around your body causing inflammation. The omega-3s in fish are like peacekeepers that tell these troublemakers to calm down and go home. But here's where most people get it wrong. They think they need expensive supplements, or that any fish will do the trick. The truth is, you need cold water fatty fish specifically. And here's something that might surprise you. Frying that fish actually cancels out most of the anti-inflammatory benefits. So here's what I want you to do. Aim for 3 to 4 ounces of fatty fish twice a week. If fresh fish feels intimidating, try canned salmon or sardines. They're just as nutritious and much more budget-friendly. You can mix canned salmon into a simple salad or make salmon patties. It doesn't have to be complicated. Nature est médecine cabinet, colorful fruits et végétables. Now, I want to tell you about something that might sound too simple to be true. I once worked with a gentleman who swore that eating a handful of blueberries every morning helped his arthritis pain more than any medication he'd ever tried. At first, I thought it might be wishful thinking, but then I looked at the science, and he wasn't imagining things at all. Dark, colorful fruits and vegetables contain powerful compounds that I like to call your body's natural cleanup crew. These compounds, with names like anthocyanins and antioxidants, work around the clock to neutralize harmful molecules called free radicals that cause inflammation in your body. Picture your body as a house and inflammation as rust. These colorful foods are like having a maintenance crew that goes around your house every day, stopping the rust before it can spread and cause damage. Research specifically shows that cherries, berries, and dark leafy greens can significantly lower inflammation levels in your blood. But here's the key that most people miss. Not all fruits and vegetables are created equal when it comes to fighting inflammation. The darker and more vibrant the color, the more anti-inflammatory power it contains. So while pale iceberg lettuce is fine, It's not going to give you the same benefits as deep green spinach or purple cabbage. Here's what I want you to remember. Aim for 9 servings daily. I know that sounds like a lot, but 1 serving is just 1 cup of most fruits or vegetables, or 2 cups of leafy greens. And here's a secret. Frozen berries count and are often more affordable than fresh. Try adding a handful of frozen blueberries to your morning oatmeal, or throw some spinach into your scrambled eggs. These small changes add up to big results. Golden healers, anti-inflammatory spices, and herbs. Let me share something that absolutely amazed me. There's a reason people call turmeric nature's ibuprofen, and I witnessed this firsthand with an 85-year-old gentleman named Frank. Frank had been dealing with knee pain for years. He tried everything: physical therapy, medications, even considered surgery. Then he started adding just 1 teaspoon of turmeric to his morning smoothie every day. Within a month, his knee pain decreased so much that he was able to return to his daily walks in the park. Now, I want you to understand what's happening here, because this isn't just some folk remedy. Turmeric contains a compound called curcumin that has been shown in studies to be as effective as some anti-inflammatory medications in reducing joint pain and inflammation. Ginger works in a similar way. These spices actually work by inhibiting the same inflammatory pathways that over-the-counter pain medications target. But unlike medications, they're doing this naturally, without side effects. But here's where most people go wrong. They sprinkle a tiny amount of turmeric on their food once in a while and expect miracles. The key is consistent daily intake. At least a teaspoon of turmeric with a pinch of black pepper. The black pepper increases absorption by 2,000%. Without it, most of that turmeric just passes right through your system. Here's what I recommend. Start your day with what I call a golden milk latte. Mix a teaspoon of turmeric, a pinch of ginger, and a tiny bit of black pepper into warm milk or plant milk. Add a touch of honey if you like it sweet. Also, don't forget about garlic and onions when you're cooking. They contain quercetin, another powerful anti-inflammatory compound. Keep these spices visible on your counter as a daily reminder to use them. Liquid gold, healthy fats, and the hidden culprits. I'll never forget the day one of my clients made a simple switch that changed her life. Susan had been dealing with chronic shoulder pain for months. She hadn't changed her exercise routine, her sleep was fine, her stress levels were normal. But she switched from cooking with vegetable oil to extra virgin olive oil. Within 3 weeks, her shoulder pain had significantly decreased. She didn't change anything else, just that one simple swap. And there's real science behind why this worked. Extra virgin olive oil contains a compound called oleocanthal that works similarly to ibuprofen in your body. It actually inhibits the same inflammatory enzymes. Meanwhile, many common cooking oils like corn oil and soybean oil are high in omega-6 fatty acids, which can promote inflammation when we eat too much of them. But here's the crucial part. Not all olive oils are created equal. Regular olive oil that's been heavily processed loses most of its anti-inflammatory properties. You need extra virgin olive oil, and you can't heat it to very high temperatures or you'll damage those beneficial compounds. Use 2 to 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil daily. Drizzle it on salads, cooked vegetables, or use it for low-heat cooking. For higher heat cooking, try avocado oil instead. Now, before we finish, I need to address the elephant in the room. The foods that might be sabotaging all your good efforts. I had a client who was doing everything right. Eating fish twice a week, lots of colorful vegetables, using olive oil. But her inflammation markers weren't improving. When we discovered she was having a large blueberry muffin and orange juice every morning, thinking it was healthy, everything clicked. Here's the truth. Processed foods, refined sugars, and white flour products trigger inflammatory responses in your body. Even foods marketed as healthy like fruit juices, granola bars, and flavored yogurts can be inflammation triggers because of their high sugar content. Choose whole foods over processed whenever possible. Steel-cut oats instead of instant oatmeal. Brown rice instead of white rice. Whole fruits instead of fruit juices. Now, I want to talk to you about something deeper than just food choices. I know that dealing with chronic pain and inflammation can feel overwhelming and lonely. You might feel like your body is betraying you, or that the active life you once enjoyed is slipping away. But I want you to understand something important. You have more control over inflammation than you might think. Every single meal is an opportunity. Every snack is a choice. You can either fuel the fire of inflammation, or you can help put it out. These aren't just dietary changes I'm sharing with you today. These are daily acts of self-care and self-respect. They're ways of honoring the life you've built and saying yes to the years you have ahead of you. I want you to pick just one change from what we've talked about today. Maybe it's adding berries to your breakfast tomorrow morning. Maybe it's switching to olive oil this week. Maybe it's trying that golden milk latte I mentioned. Start small, but start today. Because here's what I know after working with thousands of seniors. Small, consistent changes create remarkable results over time. Your golden years can truly be golden. You deserve to feel your best at every age, and now you have the roadmap to get there. Inflammation is not your destiny. You have the power to change how you feel, starting with your very next meal. Let me quickly recap what we've covered today, because I want you to walk away with a clear action plan. First, prioritize fatty fish like salmon and sardines for those powerful omega-3s. Second, fill your plate with colorful fruits and vegetables. The darker, the better. Third, embrace healing spices like turmeric and ginger daily. Fourth, choose healthy fats like olive oil and avocados. And finally, minimize processed foods that trigger inflammation. Now, here's what I really want to know. Which of these changes feels most doable for you to start with this week? Are you team more fish or team golden milk? And have you noticed any foods that seem to make your inflammation worse? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story might be exactly what another viewer needs to hear to start their own healing journey. If this video helped you see a clearer path to feeling better naturally, please subscribe to Wise Elderly Tips and hit that notification bell. We're building a community of people who refuse to let age define their limits. And every subscription helps us reach more people who need this information. Thank you for investing in your health today. Remember, every anti-inflammatory choice you make is a gift to your future self. I'll see you in the next video with more practical tips for living your best life. Until then, stay strong, stay informed, and keep believing that your best years are still ahead of you.